Going through these singles ads is a nightmare. I don't know if it's the same all over. I'm sure there's some differences depending on where you go. But the age ranges that I'm looking at, it's roughly 30-year age range. So I go some years younger than me and some years older than me. And it's a mess. It's a complete mess. Most don't put anything there, just no information, and it's like, what do you want me to reply to? And some of them are surprised, and I'm not justifying this, but some of them are surprised when a man responds to them and he's only interested in something physical. All you put was something physical. You put nothing else. There's only one reason they would respond, and it's because of what you look like. Now, why is what you look like relevant? Think about it. Otherwise, not everybody in there is a looker, So you got that. You got the ones doing the AI stuff, letting it type for them, which is awful. They couldn't possibly, they need to have more confidence in that. They couldn't possibly type something worse than that. And I have seen some of what they do type. You get constant talk of my child comes first. I'm not sure what they're referring to on that. I don't know what that means. I don't know. It's like they're responding to something. Who has said? I don't understand that. I guess there's some men that, obviously there's a lot of bad men out there, but I don't know. That's kind of a no-brainer. A lot of them will defend what their body looks like. They'll go forward with that. If you don't like such and such, usually being a little heavier. And I suspect the reason why they do that, they wouldn't be saying it to a guy who looks like me. Which they could, because there's a lot of fat guys who are judgmental about women. It's been like that for many years. I can't just blame that on one generation. It's been like that for years. I mean, even my father was a guy, was a fat guy who would judge women's bodies. And I don't know why he thought he had the right to do that. But so you got that. You got the default stuff that they put on there, where there's nothing unique about it. There's just nothing unique. There's no more reason to speak to them than the next 10 or the next 20 or whatever. There's nothing standout. Now, you do run into a few, and they won't respond. At this point in my life, I just go ahead and air it. I don't care what you're going to say to me. I don't get any replies. None. Zero. The last response I got, I sent a like or a message or something, and I got one back. And between me getting from my Facebook page to the Facebook dating, she had blocked me. I don't know. That's why I keep trying to tell people, you can give me advice till the cows come home. I'm willing to accept blame. I don't have the chance to screw up. You got to have a chance to screw up. It's like a curse. But, part of the reason I'm going ahead and saying all this, and this is going to be chaotic, I'm sure, because I didn't really plan this out. I go through all that, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that hear me complaining and this and that, and they'd call me incel and misogynist and sexist and this and that. And I worry. Even though I fight that, I do worry sometimes. Could I be turning negative? Could I turn that direction? And I guess it's good that some truly awful men do serve one purpose. Because I just went through another little exhausting Xing out and skipping because it's nothing but nonsense. And then I sent one message. Not going to get a response, I'm sure. It's the same old thing. But I just gone through all that and just feel like I've been drugged behind a truck. It's just so depressing on these singles ads. I went back to my Facebook feed. I'm scrolling along. And there's some little, you click on one thing, you get something else. People talk about algorithm and they make you look like you don't have to do much. They'll feed you a little more. You know, you're scrolling along and it's like, hey, a gymnast. Gymnast is cool stuff. And yeah, they're attractive women also, but you click on that and it's like, that's pretty cool. And it's like, so you like skimpy outfits, and it just goes more and more till you get, you know, pretty far in. Well, this one particular thing, just a woman on a boat, driving a boat, and she's attractive and everything. And I don't know, she's kind of doing a little bit or something like that. I know myself, when you're trying to get clicks and this and that, you will put just about anything up. Plus it's storage. If you want to keep a video, boom, there it is. You can maybe get it off your device. But it wasn't much to it, but it was all right, whatever. And I made the mistake of looking at the comments. And I don't know why I look for things that I hate. But you go to that, and maybe this would change your algorithm up too, but you find any Facebook, I'm not saying going into the, you know, adult content stuff, but anything can be on Facebook. You find any beautiful woman doing anything, talking about anything, you're going to see a lot of things in the comments. One of the things you're going to see a whole lot is you're going to find out how much women hate other women. And it's just, if you ever start to think that, oh, well, I'm starting to get issues with women, that's one thing it tells me I don't. Just contempt. Just hate them. It's like, why are you here? You don't have to reply to this. You didn't have to watch it. You could just go on somewhere. So there's them. But more relevant is the men that hate them. And they may or may not find them attractive. Who knows about that? I'm certainly not going to delve into it. But it's shocking the amount of men who respond to some video or picture that a woman puts up and just say something awful to them. It's like, why do you hate this woman? And this particular one, there's nothing all nice, really seemed like a really nice girl. I don't see anything wrong with her. She's never said anything even opinionated. She's just on a boat, driving a boat around. And this guy in the comments that hates her. I don't know. You see that a lot. You let a woman try to perform some sort of feat, lifting weights or something like that. He ought to make sure she knows how weak she is compared to men. He has to make sure that everything, no matter what a woman is doing, that it's just not really all that good. Whew. And like I said, if there's any purpose that awful people like that serve, is to let you know, okay, I'm not that bad. Because it infuriates me. I can't say on here how bad I hate men like that. I'm frustrated with the treatment I get from women. It's bad. It's bad. It's upsetting. And I probably will say a number of things that a lot of women would not like. There's some things that I'll say that women would put under the heading, kind of desperately if you ask me, of victim blaming. Because I think there's way too many women who are with way too many bad men and pretend like there's no way they could have known that. And somehow none of that is any of their fault ever. Ever. And if I have so much as say one word, they automatically know I'm a bad guy. They didn't know this was a bad guy in 15 years. Like that, they know I'm a bad guy. So, like I said, I may not be the best advocate in the world, but I'm not that. And I never feel myself hating women. It's maddening. It's frustrating. Because the situation is, and they play right into the hands of toxic men. I mean, that's kind of where all the incel thing came from. Because otherwise, an incel is not only somebody who's who's celibate against their will. I don't know how much I can get away with saying. As what the line implies, the word implies. By the way, they're celibate against their will usually because, not because they can't find a woman, they can't find the woman of the quality that they think they deserve. So bear that in mind. But the main thing about an incel is they're misogynist and narcissistic. They're just a narcissist who's not successful. It's like I did my homeless or homeless lander video. Sometimes those people that are in that bad situation are just predators who haven't found prey in a long time and they're starved. And that's what incels generally are. You'll find some of them that maybe women don't particularly like, this or that. But a lot of times, and I'll even say this with me, I'm sure I could get somebody, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to find something that means something. And I'm not that judgmental about looks. There's a huge weight range, I'm sure. And I've responded to people, women all different heights, all different weights, ages, history, having a history, or not having something. And it's all the same thing. But the main thing about incels is they're, like I said, they're narcissists and they're misogynist. And you have these women that throw that incel word around. And the reason why they're doing it is because they want to make fun of this guy for not being able to, for being celibate against their will. They want to make fun of this guy because he's not successful, which is a strange thing to attack. I mean, he's a misogynist and he's a sexist. I guess that's what you're implying. But the only thing that you find that's worth ridiculing is the fact that he can't get a woman to sleep with him. So if he could get a woman to sleep with him, you wouldn't mind the misogynist and the sexism. And they don't, because that's who they date. I think it's kind of telling. Some people accidentally tell on themselves. But anyway, it's just like a little rant on that. I don't want to get another 20 or 30 minute video or something. I don't know. It's not a particularly popular subject. And you usually get names for talking on this subject. If you don't, you have to be two kinds of people to talk on this subject too. One, as a guy, I have to do nothing but 100% take women's side, and just whatever they do and whatever they say is completely, perfectly fine and understandable. There's not a single wrong thing they do. I have to do that, or I have to be pretty much an incel, a sexist, a misogynist, but I can't look like this. I gotta be skinny, or I gotta be a big, muscular, alpha male type. So I'm not either one of those in any way. So anyway, that's just a short rant on that, sort of venting, and maybe some people understand it, but it's a bad situation out there when you're single. And in this area here, they seem to be dying off a whole lot too. Because the women I'm contacting, like I said, they're not far from my age. Lots of widows. Widows. Widowers would be the man. Lots of widows. A lot. So these guys aren't even living right. That's coming from me. I'm not exactly the picture of health. It is a mess out there.